Other things are torturing me, but that isn't. Hey, it's Lauren. So today's video is another figure skating vlog. I will be doing these videos for this moon cycle, so this one and 2 more, and then I'll get back to the music and explanations and stuff. So today was kind of iconic, this vlog. It was my birthday, my 30th birthday, and also it was the first day that I actually got a coach. What happened was I was skating and there were a couple adult skaters who basically tried to give me lessons and say I had talent. And when I say I have talent, I am not that advanced at all. I cannot even do all my single jumps. I mean, talent for someone who's had no official training for the most part. More about my story in the last vlog, which is the first one also. It was good, but it definitely did trigger some old wounds. I'm not doing this to be the best or win a competition, or it's not even about the skills. It's not about the level at all. It's all about approaching exercise from a healthy mindset, both in terms of body image and also just in terms of mindset towards the sport and towards life. I'm trying to get away from this perform no matter what kind of mentality, the kind of mentality where it doesn't matter how you feel and how you're doing, it's just what you perform. And when the one lady was and she was just an adult skater or whatever, she was like, if you didn't have talent, I wouldn't even be talking to you. Which is a compliment, but it really brings up that wound for me of, oh, unless I perform a certain way, I'm not worth talking to. I'm only worth what I can perform. A certain way, I'm not worth talking to. I'm only worth what I can perform. It's kind of an icky feeling, and I ended up using the coach that she has, and since now I've had a lesson that was really good. So it was a compliment. She was nice. It was just triggering, and then so having that mini free lesson, it also just brought up some kind of mental stuff of if I don't get this correction perfectly, I'm wasting no time, because I was a competitive gymnast and a professional level dancer, so I've been in these kind of intense sports, and definitely the mindset is no matter how you feel, you perform anyway. And that mindset can be good every once in a while for smaller things. If there's a show and you're not feeling it, you're not gonna just not perform, you know what I mean? But if you do that every day for your entire life, you actually forget how to even check in with yourself about how you're feeling. So the one comment, it felt like I'm not worth talking to unless I have talent or perform in a certain way. And so when she was teaching me that, came up of oh, well, I have talent, but I'm not able to get this correction, so who I am is what's wrong. You know what I mean? It's this idea that I was given this talent or whatever, and then I'm not using it properly, which is a worse reflection of my character than not having any kind of gifts at all. These mental things, anything can be a trigger. Someone can say, oh, you look nice today. And your mind can go, oh, did I look bad yesterday? Oh, you know what I mean? Oh, and what if I look worse tomorrow? What will she think? So the mind can do anything. And then the other trigger was there was another adult skater who was trying to give me lessons, and we were just doing crossovers, and I this little subconscious dance where I'm moving my arms, and and yeah, it is good to keep your arms still on certain things, but this person is obsessed with keeping your arms still at all times, no matter what you're doing. And it's you don't, this is supposed to be an expressive sport. Yeah, I don't have him flailing all the time, but he just yells across the ice, keep your arms still. I'm oh my gosh, I'm dancing. You know? So it's I have this light energy and I'm expressing myself, and they're stop expressing yourself, just do what you're told with zero variation. So yeah, there were those 2 triggers, and then after I left that day, I was really anxious about getting a coach for a couple reasons. First of all, I don't want to go back into that competitive mindset where only the results matter and the process doesn't. When you don't feel well and you're in any kind of intense sport, that's no excuse. You have to do it anyway. And after a lifetime of that, your whole life becomes about the result and you can't enjoy anything. So that was one. Second of all, just the idea of me being judged was triggering. Judged for my skills, judged for how well I take corrections. I had a trial period for a dance company and I was let go because I couldn't take corrections. that well, and it was because I had a lot of mental triggers going on, but still, like, that wasn't great. And the second thing was I didn't want to burn out, because when I get a new hobby, they start out fun, and then I get obsessive and perfectionistic and judgmental, and then I just don't even want to do it anymore, and I try to force myself, and then I can't. And so I don't want that to happen. And third of all, I would say of the body, like, figure skating is notorious for, you know, eating disorders, and I've been to 2 eating disorder treatment centers, and I do not want to repeat that. And the idea of having a coach and knowing that they're not just looking at your technique, they're looking at your body. Well, what if I gain weight? She'll notice, you know, and she'll say something, or she'll just know it and she'll think less of me, all that kind of stuff. There's this eating disorder documentary called Thin, but it's been my comfort documentary, and I watched it again to be like, 1, where I don't want to be mentally, and 2, like, to remember what I have overcome. And I was never, like, in a residential, like, if you looked at me, you wouldn't know. It was mostly the mental space of it's all I thought about. I just forget how much mental space that took up. I'm in a place where, like, I can watch it without being triggered. This will not work for everyone. But for me, it was helpful to just, like, remember what I'd overcome and remember where I don't want to go, and to remember how much these kinds of obsessive thoughts can take up your headspace, and try to appreciate that that isn't taking up my headspace. Other things are torturing me, but that isn't. Yeah, so here is the vlog. Hope you enjoy.
All right, first are some Saucow attempts. So close. I mean, I have a lot to work on, but it's much better than the last vlog. And this one I actually get. Spoiler. There we go. Let's see in slow motion. So, left forward outside 3 turns, swing the leg around, hip kick. Definitely gonna work on my arms, and I think going deeper into that edge. Can't remember what it is. Oh, it's the left inside. All right, so these, I don't know what they're called. They're those things before people do the butterfly jump, when they, like, go like that a couple times, then kick into a spin. I don't know how to do it. I might be doing it completely wrong, but it looks sort of like a something, and I need to, like, put my upper body down, like, way more. I thought I was putting it down a lot. Apparently I am not. So it's okay. Next time. Little attitude, dance break. All right, these are my spirals. I am having trouble, like, balancing all my body parts in loops. So close. Because, okay, on quads, it's so stable. I could just stand there on one leg and fall asleep. This, not only is it like a tiny edge, but you have to lean a little. It's just like a 1/4 of a centimeter lean, I think my coach said, because I didn't have a lesson here yet, but I will later, you know, in the future of this timeline. All right, so a little shaky, trying to stay on that edge. I think I need to, when I'm going forward, like, focus on just slightly flexing my foot so it's not right on the ball, and it's more on the ball when I go backwards. Another dance break. And okay, you might be wondering why my toe loop looks so weird. I'm actually not trying to do a toe loop. I'm trying to do a split jump. If you can't tell, see, that was a little bit closer. Like, it's sort of, now I'm trying to figure out what a split jump is. So toe pick, split jump, and then, or a straddle. Oh, that worked backwards. I don't know what that was. That was a terrible split jump. All right, that looked, they still just look like crappy toe loops, but I'm gonna do it in slow motion to just prove to you. Pause, split for a second, and land. I mean, just the idea at this point. And, okay, that's sexy. Even though I'm asexual, I could tell that. And then, ooh, oh my gosh, toppling over. And more crappy toe loop / split jumps. And again, I just do things over and over again. Nipple show, oh my gosh. Why did I keep that in there? Okay. All right, we spiral, 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 spiral. Right outside or right forward spiral. Right forward outside spiral. Dancing. feeling emotional. I think it was like after the first trigger of just like having the lesson and just like having that anxiety of being judged and it not feeling as fun, and then like I'm only worth talking to if I can perform a certain way, so I don't intrinsically have value, which of course she said nothing like bad, but just with my own stuff, that's how I intrinsically like see it. So it's just a trigger, so like, you know, I'm dealing with it. And the other person tried to teach me crossovers and I'm awkwardly trying to do them. You actually have to sickle that back foot, which for all my years of ballet is like a no-no. And yeah, I need to bend my knees more, and I'm trying to actually pick up my feet because I don't really pick up my feet that much. I just kind of slide them. Picking up feet is like so much more awkward. There I am feeling hurt and emotional and just, I don't know. I feel bad a lot and I just push through it. But it just gets overwhelming and I can't even do anything right now. I'm just like flustered. It was also after the other trigger of me like trying to have fun and expressing myself, and then like, oh, you move your arms too much. And yeah, my arms were rough there, but just in general, when someone's expressing themselves and you like suppress that and criticize, it's not the best feeling. So I'm just doing a ton of these, and I think what's really interesting is you notice I'm looking down as I land them. And that's always a sign of low confidence. And I don't even know, I forgot what I was doing. I'm just like in dissociation, subconscious mode, just kind of doing the same thing over and over again, but it's really not benefiting me except for endurance. That's why I sped it up. Because like I'm not consciously there enough to make corrections. I'm just subconsciously doing the same thing and not actually learning anything new. Here, see, I'm just like dancing around like before. Oh, I looked up. I think we're getting better. Slow motion this, because this was like, oh, arms up. That one's not bad. So I like noticed what was happening mentally to try to get out of it. And you'd think I'd stop, but with my OCD, it's hard to have like this mental feeling of I'm done. So I just keep doing it until it feels right, and then it never feels right. So there's some OCD in there too. There's some dissociation in there too. I need to seriously talk with my doctor about the dissociation, because I have had some serious memory problems over the last 3 years of like, yeah. And see, I'm just dancing. I'm just moving my arms. Like, why criticize that? You know what I mean? It's cool. Like, I feel like it's creative, and you realize the whole point of skating is to have fun and be creative. If you wanted someone to just do the move exactly with no expression, you could make an AI version of a person. And, you know, I like that I do that. And maybe not when someone's, you know, not when someone's trying to get me to do a certain thing, but it was just in between the moves I did it. And so it was just really harsh. And then the next time I went, he just yelled it across the ice. And I was just like, it's just unnecessary, man. Just because you can't, don't put a shadow on my cloud of neon green leg warmers. I am awkward with saying. So, oh my gosh, that was kind of sexy too. Okay, push, push. These I think are rockers. I see them in programs all the time, and I really want to learn how to do them. These are outside rockers. So basically you go on your forward outside edge, then you turn and twist your body towards the edge like a 3-turn. And then you go backwards on that same outside edge, but different direction. And obviously you can do them inside, but these are the outside ones. And I don't really know how to do it. There's some things with my body position, like I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but I'm just practicing getting the gist. And I cannot tell you how many times I did this. And it was that same thing with the jumps where it wasn't really even benefiting me because it was just body motion, like I am mentally not there. And these triggers were obviously like, see, I changed the filter because it's like, wow, I'm like going into the abyss, and now I'm just mentally like black and white not there. And objectively, these are small triggers, but my mental health has been in a fragile place, so I'm not blaming anyone for anything, you know, but this is just how my life is right now, so I'm just gonna share it. And what are we doing now? I think we're gonna do, a few more. I thought we were over, but apparently there are more. And I'm trying to be smooth, so I'm like smoothly, well, not that one, but the other two. Kick, kick. like, you know, trying to hold that, a little shaky, but dissociate.
Alright, so that's my 30th birthday skate vlog. It'll be really cool to see my progress throughout the year. Whether you're at a high or a low or a medium level in any kind of sport, remember, it's about the process. And if you're not enjoying the process, that moment of victory will be hollow. Think about that for a bit. See you later. Bye.